Welcome to Down the Barrel Podcast with Jimmy and Dino. Get ready to dive into the wild world of Minnesota hunting, trapping, and wildlife. We'll be chatting with some folks who protect, manage, and promote the great outdoors. But don't worry, we'll also have some laughs as we chat about guns, whiskey, and anything else that catches our eye. So grab a drink, sit back, and get ready for a good time. Down the Barrel Podcast is brought to you by the Minnesota Deer Hunters Association
and Wolf.Report. Wolf.Report, a platform dedicated to elevating the voices of Minnesota hunters, trappers, and outdoor enthusiasts. Join us in advocating for responsible wolf management in Minnesota. Share your reports, photos, and stories, and together we will ensure that they are seen by all.
The Minnesota Deer Hunters Association, protecting the future of deer and deer hunting through habitat, education, advocacy, and legislation. Camp Ripley. There's a lot of big changes this year.
Yeah, I think bigger than there's ever been.
Oh, it is, and it is confusing.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. So Ripley before was what, 25? Well, they sold 2,500.
Well, there was 2 weekends when we started going. There was 2 weekends.
Yes,
first weekend and second weekend,
and you'd only get in like every other year
when we first started.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we started getting in
every year.
Everybody in, yep.
And then they changed it to 1 weekend, 3 days.
And was that 2 years ago they did that? Because, we were like
2021 or something like that, I think. Yeah, because nobody told us.
Right.
And we showed up a day late.
Yep, we were a day late, $1 short, but, we made it.
Yeah.
We hunted.
But this year they're changing it big time.
Oof, man.
There's no more Camp Ripley Hunt. You don't get to go there and have the fun you guys used to.
No.
Or, you'd take some buddies. You'd probably take several cases of beer and have fun.
Right. And make a whole weekend of it. That was our deer camp.
That was that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Everyone I've heard from, not everyone, but everyone that's upset with the changes, they've seen the Ripley Archery Hunt. That's their deer camp, and that is gone.
Yep.
Oh, it's totally gone now.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still, I think, do it, but it's.
Oh, you better be.
It's going to be a little more complicated
on your cell phone to get those permits and everything.
Yeah, because now you need to download the iSportsman app. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, yes. iSportsman app. Yeah, and so iSportsman.net to enter Camp Ripley during the entire season.
I haven't even downloaded that, but I have registered on the website.
Yeah, so it says here that hunters will need an up-to-date state archery license.
Well, which is of course given,
and they must purchase a one-time $40 permit via the website.
Goes on sale on August 1st.
August 1st, yep, to enter Camp Ripley during the entire season. So this is unique. So there will not be a limit on the number of permits that iSportsman sells.
Right, for the entire season.
Yep, but the maximum daily number of people who enter is 150.
Right.
So let's kind of backtrack on that a little bit. What do we know?
Well, I don't think we acknowledged what the season is yet, because like you said,
archery season. The entirety of the archery season is open. Now, you can go into Camp Ripley anytime after, what is it, September 14th or something?
September 14th to Tuesday, December 31st. The entire season.
Yeah, and it used to just be 1 or 2 weekends. Right?
Exactly.
Now it's every day.
It's the entirety of the archery season, but only 150 people per day.
Yeah, so instead of hosting more than 1,500 attendees in 1 or 2 weekends, only 150 hunters will be allowed to enter the ground per day during the entire archery season.
Right. But you can still camp, they say.
They say you can still camp. You just have to contact the camp
housing
camp building service or whatever they want to call it.
See if I can find that again.
And I'm thinking they throw you still in the same field.
Yeah, Camp Ripley's housing. Yeah,
Camp Ripley's housing office.
Yep, right. Primitive camping is available because there is a campground there, but that is only for military personnel or
retired military.
Yeah. Yep.
So I think they'll still throw you in the field.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah. Oh, and that's what everybody's used to. But the thing is registration is to receive 150 hunters max in the woods. I mean,
right.
So you can't register up until midnight on the day that you intend to visit.
Right.
So basically, you got to stay up till midnight.
And register.
Then click, hey, I want to go in tomorrow morning, this morning, honestly.
Yeah. Right. I want to get up in 4 hours from now.
Right.
Right.
So to me, there's going to be, this benefits locals by all
big
means.
Time.
Yeah.
Big time.
I mean, if you're
if you're not camping, forget about it.
Yeah. If you're within an hour, easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, a couple hours, that'd be pretty tough. But if you're definitely within an hour, that's
if you're one of the lucky few that happens to have a cabin on the other side of the river,
right,
you're sitting pretty right now.
Or if you're one of the lucky few that know a guy that has a cabin on the other side of the river. Yeah.
Battle over.
I hope that guy. I hope that guy likes you.
Yeah. Well,
or you know what kind of beer he likes.
Right. Exactly. we may have to work on that one a little bit.
Right.
So big changes. I don't know.
Changes.
150 hunters a day compared to 1,500. Say 1,800 hunters.
I think what's going to happen too is you can have days that there's one hunter.
Yep.
And then you're going to have days that, during the main rut, you're going to have people that want to be there the whole time. You're going to have 1,000 hunters.
Yeah.
And only 150 get in, which, if you're paying for camping, that kind of sucks.
They never specified if you're actually paying for reservation. Oh, here we go. Reservation and payments for primitive camping are scheduled through Camp Ripley Housing, but nowhere yet have they specified what you have to pay to camp.
Right. I think if you're paying to camp, you should automatically get in those days.
That would be glorious.
Well, that makes most sense.
And then
what the hell is you camping for?
And then we did read that you can schedule as a group on iSportsman's.
You can.
So that's what I'm confused about.
But at midnight, the day you hunt.
But so say we sign up as a group as 4, because that's typically what the group was prior to this. So does that 4 count as, the 150?
Of course, yeah.
Obviously.
Well, I would assume if they only had 150, if there's 4 of us, that takes away 4 from the 150.
Yeah. But that's the thing, back to the deer camp. You can't be, calling up your son, your nephew, your uncle, whoever, and saying, hey, Ripley Hunt, September 14th, be there.
Right.
It's deer camp. It's now, well, let's go and, we'll see if we can get a campsite. Yeah. And then you better stay up, because we got to try to get one of those 150 spots for morning.
Why they decided to do at midnight, I don't quite understand. And I'm guessing it's because they've watched us at camp before and they know we stay up pretty late.
Yep. And then to try to get back in line, the double file line after the first day of hunt.
Right.
We all know that is just absolutely ridiculous.
Right. Yep. So I kind of wish they would have done if you camp, you're automatically one of those 150 for those days.
Yeah.
Or if you can pre-register to where just like a camping site, like, anywhere else, you pre-register, there's 150 spots. That would be the best way to do it, because what I envision is, so you call up your buddies and you say, hey, we're going to camp. So then you get a camping site for 4 guys. We're going to camp October 30th through, November 3rd.
Right.
We're going to show up. We're going to try to register every day to get in. Say out of those 4 days or 5 days we're there, we only get in 2 days. Well, your first day is going to be scouting, because there's 53,000 acres. Oh. And granted, there's going to be some stuff shut down, just because of maneuvers or the no-go zone, stuff like that. But the deer are not going to be moving. You're definitely
not nearly as much as they were when you had 1,800 people there.
The plus side is you're not going to just pick a tree in dark.
Right.
No.
You're not going to go that first morning that you're there. You're not going to hunt in the morning.
No.
Unless it's a spot. Yeah. You're going to get there. You're going to go in at 8 o'clock, especially if you pre-register.
Right.
You're going to go in at 8. You're going to drive around. You're going to go to your normal spots that you've always hunted at.
If you've been there going like us.
Ripley before. Yep. Yeah. So you're going to check those out, check for sign, and then you may hunt that first afternoon.
Yeah.
Right.
The plus side is you can stay longer, because you're not worried about getting back in line to get that first place in line for the next day.
Right.
So that's a plus side for the afternoon hunt, is you can stay till dark or whatever the limits are.
I think that's what is a bonus of the new system. If it works out.
Yeah. If it works out. But otherwise I can see you're camping for 5 days. You may only get in 2 days.
Well, yeah, if you're doing when everybody else wants to go, you might miss out on some of those days.
Not, I mean,
unless you're in a maneuver area. I mean, if the troops are out there doing maneuvers, they might move. But I mean, we're used to hunting when there's 1,500 people around.
Yeah.
And those deers are always on the run.
Yep. I have a feeling if they're truly going to be doing maneuvers, they're going to shut down the whole range. If they're getting choppers and tanks in there, they're not going to let a few archery guys go clear up north,
right?
And risk anything happening to them. So I would say if they're doing maneuvers, they're shutting it down for hunting.
Yeah.
And
according to this though, they're shutting it down for months.
Yeah.
There's not a day specified that it's not open.
Right.
So,
right. I mean, people can go in from September 14th till December 31st.
To me, that seems like a lot of, they say that it was a lot of work for that one weekend or the 2 weekends. Right. Yep. There's only 150 people coming in and out
a day. But
to me, it's like, man, those MPs at the front gate, now they got to deal with idiot hunters going through.
For 3 months.
Offense, but
I take offense because I know you're talking about me.
Right. Yeah. But they got to deal with hunters coming in and we don't know what's going. Maybe there'll be other instructions coming out here soon, hopefully. Right. But it's like, I'm going to drive up to the gate, be like, yeah, I'm a hunter.
Right.
Can I go camp down Motor Pool Road? And then I'm going to try to get registered at midnight the night before.
Right. We're going to sit till midnight. And guarantee we're not just hanging out there watching Disney shows when we're waiting till midnight.
Definitely hunting shows.
Yeah.
Like Frozen.
Yes. They hunt reindeer in that show, I think.
Do they?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'm sure you haven't.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not 100% with this.
Well, I don't think anybody is because nobody really knows how it's going to work. But here's how I think it's going to work. You're going to get with your buddies that you've always gone to Ripley with, and you're going to have to pick now a weekend in that 3-month period or a week or whatever.
Yep.
And you're going to go and see if you can get reservations, which nobody's done yet, to see how the camping situation works yet. So we don't even know how that works.
No.
And then when you're there camping, you're going to have to stay up till midnight the night before your hunt, and you're going to have to see if you can be one of those 150 people. Right. And I'm guessing most time that'll be fine. Unless it's during, peak rut, then you might have to wait and, you might get lucky. So you might go camping and not be able to hunt every day you're camping.
Well, and that's what I feel is like. So they're gonna allow hunters to camp
in a group,
say on Motor Pool
4 or 5 people,
just like normal. They could camp there the whole 4 or 5 days and never get in to go hunt.
Honestly, it's possible.
Right.
It's possible.
Well, if you're like me and go to bed at 9:00 at night, good luck.
Yeah. You wake up the next morning. I mean, you better wake up early because if it's a popular day, weekend, whatever, you might just have to sleep in.
I mean, obviously, I see weekends busy.
Well, of course.
Good luck getting a weekend.
Yeah, you better do it soon. Book it now.
But the thing is, for locals during the week, easy peasy.
Right.
But for other people that don't have the time off other than maybe, an extra long weekend, say a Friday and maybe a Monday, that's all they have for the weekend. So those are going to be the tough ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Benefit the local, which is great for them,
Yeah.
And then harvest numbers. What was harvest numbers before? 10, 11%, 300-400 deer?
I think it was maybe 14 last year.
Well, they said between 2 and 300. So, I mean, I'm not good at math. So what is there, 90 days in the entire season? Which you're not going to hunt 90 days in the entire season.
No. But
you're lucky if you get 70 days in the entire season.
I'd be surprised if they get the same harvest numbers that they would just because of this.
I don't see it.
And that's the thing is I think that was part of the intention. Let's extend the season. Let's try to increase harvest because for the military purposes, deer are a nuisance on Ripley. They want to increase harvest.
Yeah.
And I think they also want to increase accessibility and getting more people to have the opportunity to hunt on Ripley.
Yep.
So I think that was the 2 main drivers for this switch. But like you said, I don't know that they're going to accomplish that.
I don't see it. I just do not see, even if you're open 90 days instead of the 3, I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
I think what's going to happen is you're going to get 2-3 weeks where it's just crazy.
Yep.
And they're not going to know what to do because they're not going to have the personnel there.
Yeah, and I just don't see the harvest numbers because of there's nothing pushing the deer around. I mean, you and scouting, look how many days and with cameras and everything that everybody uses now to scout for deer for regular deer season or archery season. And look how tough it is even on, say, public land that you visit all the time.
Right.
Now you're talking a place that
53,000 acres.
Yeah. And
a
even
place
if
that you only spend 3 days a year.
Right.
Right. And then that's just most people, us from experience, we pick a spot, we found deer 1 year.
Yeah.
So you go to that same spot because your place in line, you're 40 vehicles back. Guess what? I know I can get to my tree.
Right.
So you go there every year for the next few years because and you see a deer cruise through every couple years or whatever. You see more people.
Right.
But it's more luck. It's more luck than skill when it comes to that. Now, man, I don't know. It's going to be
2 days
it's definitely going to be luck. Right.
I don't know. I mean, especially for people that've never been there before.
Yeah, I see this definitely benefiting previous hunters.
Right.
And the new guy, oof.
Well, and that's the thing.
But if they take a whole week, they possibly could get in every day.
Yep. Yeah. We could.
Yeah. But that's the
Especially
thing.
during the week.
One of the motivations was to get new hunters in there.
Yeah.
Well, they're going in blind.
Right.
Well, they're totally blind.
And not even
that's
guaranteed a spot.
50,000 acres. I mean, we've been going for how many years, Dean? 8, 10, 12?
10, 12? Yeah, 10, 12 years.
I mean, and we just have a rough idea of where we've never been able to go.
Right.
And where we go.
And there's spots that we want to go that we haven't been able to because there's other hunters.
Right. Which maybe we get that opportunity now.
And maybe more people are going to share, hey, guess what? I can't hunt this year because of the change. So, the unofficial Camp Ripley Facebook page, maybe there'll be more hunt sharing as to where people are at. Say, hey, you got to hunt behind this lake, or these are the coordinates.
Right.
Maybe there'll be some of that.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it.
Which I think I kind of like that to where maybe we can explore new areas that we've never been able to get to before.
But you got to be that 150 to get in. And are you going to want to waste too many days?
And I'm hoping if you're camping, you can definitely get in. But if they only do 150 a day, you better be up at midnight.
Yeah, to register.
Especially during the busy times.
Yep.
Yeah. I do got to point out the fact that I've heard from many people, myself included, that the old model of just packing thousands of people in there on a given weekend, turning Camp Ripley into like the Coachella of deer hunting has been a turnoff, and you guys were there last year and there was an RV that went up in flames, right?
Yeah.
Just like people drinking and partying and packed in there and waiting in lines. And this is a way to avoid that. Right. And so for that reason, it might be more appealing.
But is it? We don't even know yet if it is, because I have a feeling that the majority of people are going to just try to fit into the archery season. And you're going to have, instead of, the three days, maybe you have 2 weeks. And it's going to be just craziness.
Mm-hmm.
What would be ideal is if we have another decent winter like we just had, and to go in that December time, 1st of December.
Oh, I would love to go in
with
December.
Just a little bit of snow on the ground.
Honestly, I'm thinking rifle season. Take that first weekend opener because nobody's going to be there and everybody's going to be out rifle hunting.
Did you hear that? Nobody can go to Ripley during rifle season because we're going to be there.
I didn't say that for sure. If you do, we will sign your forehead.
The quota from that day went from 150 down to 3. So
boom.
Yep.
That's all I care about.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess time will tell. You know what?
And I think there's a lot of confusion out there right now.
There is, because there's not a lot of facts right now.
No.
I mean, there's little information and it's pretty vague. So hopefully after August 1st, is that right?
Yep. Yeah. August 1st.
Hopefully after August 1st, they'll tell us a little bit more and maybe how it's going to run. Well, and then, when you granted, it goes for the whole archery season, and they're saying you got to register, and it'll tell you what days you can't, because they still have a turkey hunt in there.
Right.
Vets turkey hunt. I think a youth turkey hunt as well. They have a veteran deer hunt.
Right.
A youth deer hunt.
Right. So you better be aware of those
so they've
dates.
got a few other hunts going on as well. And that's where this iSportsman,
Well, yeah.
Should help.
Yeah.
Because that's where they're kind of pushing the Central Lakes people is to run those things.
Right.
Because,
Right.
they're not going to be running the big Camp Ripley hunt anymore because it's pretty much non-existent.
Yeah. I guess we'll tell, or time will tell, because I'm really confused at what's going on. And I guess after August 1st, call.
Well, after August 1st, you can buy the $40 fee
Right.
to hunt
Yes.
there. Everybody needs that $40 fee.
Yep.
But I think I don't know when they're taking reservations for camping. They never really clarified that.
All it says is to call that Ripley
Here we go.
Yeah.
housing.
Yeah, Ripley Housing, to make your reservation no more than 1 week prior to your arrival.
Oh,
Really?
So I can't call on, say, August 15th and schedule it for October 28th.
Yeah, they're really taking away the planning on this, which is gonna complicate things for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It will.
Mm-hmm.
That right there, I just happened to read it and it was in bold. It's like, so it stood out a little bit more. It's like, well, that kind of changes things.
Well, it does, because if you can only plan a week ahead, I mean, you got to plan camping a week ahead, and then you got to get your crew together for that week that you don't even know if you can camp.
Right.
You got to figure out camping, and then you got to every single night book your hunt the next morning.
Yeah,
At midnight.
I hope something like that change. I hope they change that just a little bit. But I don't
know how they couldn't. How
Right.
could they not? It should. Yeah,
It should be you register the prior to the day before or something.
it should be if
By
you're
5
camping,
o'clock the day before.
you're in.
Yeah.
No brainer.
Yeah. Or be able to register for the next 3 days.
Right.
Not
As a
every
group.
single night, get out of your stand.
And maybe they do that.
And am I
don't
going to be able
know.
to hunt tomorrow? I don't know.
Right.
Right. They should be able to allocate 3-4 days at a time.
You would think.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's kind of the mystery. So yeah, previously weekend only hunt. Now all season long, 150 permits per day.
Yeah.
Right.
I will say, if you're interested in hunting Ripley this year, ripley.sportsman.net. Get on there, make your profile. It's
you gotta
super
get
easy.
You gotta get an app now
Yes.
or something. So.
And we can't even see all the features at this point. They'll be open August 1st. So coming up here.
And they'll tell you where you can't go other than no-go zones, which we've all known about.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm hoping they'll have a interactive map on that.
That sounds like they will.
Sounds like there'll be a map.
Yep.
Which you almost have to, because we know the no-go zones if you've been there before.
Yep.
But obviously they're going to have troops out there doing maneuvers, so there's going to be other areas you can't go to as well.
Yeah. And then the app will also be how you check in and check out every day.
Right.
So,
but what I read is you still need to stop and get a physical pass.
vehicle pass, right?
Yes.
I'm assuming it's a vehicle pass, so the MPs know that your vehicle is okay to be there.
Yep.
And they never said where. I don't know if you get that front gate.
Range control office.
Okay, so it's right across the railroad tracks then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Well, it's right
At the
before you
railroad
go down.
tracks. Yeah.
No, range control office is right before you go down range. They got those gates before you go down,
Yeah.
before you hit dirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right as you hit dirt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. So all users accessing Camp Ripley for recreational purposes must check in out daily on this system and sign out a vehicle pass from the range control. So yes,
Yep.
so you do have a vehicle pass. So you do have to go in and get one from range control.
Right.
Perfect.
So hopefully there'll be a little bit more details coming out soon to kind of help us out.
It definitely is a work in progress, I
Yeah.
think, because
It's going to be a trial year.
for sure.
Yeah.
They're going to either love it or they're going to hate it.
Well, I'm sure this happened, the first year they let, so many hunters in as well. It was probably like, okay, what do we do?
Yeah. Who knows how they did it back in the
Yeah.
70s and 80s or whenever they started it.
It'll be interesting. So tell us your thoughts, comment, shoot us an email.
Yeah.
What you
Wherever you
guys-
listen to this,
Yeah. What you guys think about it.
how should they do it?
Right.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I've been following a little bit, on social media, and then Outdoor News did a piece, and
Yeah.
there were comments under that
Right.
and everything. And I've seen anything from why isn't there a Ripley bear hunt? To,
Right.
to
Yep.
you just ruin my family's tradition.
Right. I agree. We've had a tradition for 10, 12 years
Right.
now.
Right. But then I've also seen the positives, like this gives me an opportunity to hunt a place that is pretty well known for having some big bucks in there,
Yeah.
And if you couldn't make that weekend work in the past, well, now you got a few months to try. So there is that possibility as well.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious of like, okay, how are we doing camping now? All right, we got a call and we got to book camping. Do they just let anybody camp that same time? How much does it cost? It used to be free, well, included in the whatever fee we paid to register.
What was it, $10, $15?
$15.
Yeah.
So they didn't clarify, and maybe it is just part of the deal.
Yeah.
And that
Well,
could
it's
be.
now $40
Because it is primitive, and you're probably just in the motor pool field.
Yeah, on that field that
Right.
that we've been camping. Yep.
So they didn't clarify that. So
Well, and when you register, you have to give your vehicle information,
yeah.
like make, model, type of vehicle,
Right.
license plate, all of that. And they didn't have an option for a canoe. So I'm
Right.
not happy with that. But I could just paddle across and I'd be at my tree.
boom.
You got to come down through range office though, because
Yeah.
that canoe's
You gotta
got to have
check
a
in every
vehicle
day.
pass.
That's
I
right.
know. Well, I couldn't even pick canoe. I had to
Well,
register
see,
the
that's
truck.
what we got to figure out.
Yeah.
And I think this will be the year to figure it out. And
Yeah. So if you guys can figure it out before we do, please let us know. But otherwise, if we can get in, we may even just try to get in a little early just to experience it and let everybody know what's going
right.
on. We'll try. No
we'll do the camping.
No guarantees.
We'll
but,
try to do some hunting. Let you know
what
how
would
it
be
goes.
great is if we can get in early, do a camping for a few days, do a couple hunts, and then see if we can get in a little bit later too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Back a few weeks
Well,
later.
really,
Yeah.
I guess at this point, I suppose you could do two weekends.
Hopefully.
Honestly, if you could do a couple days here and there, and then
Honestly, if you do the math, when they had 1 3-day hunt last year, right? 1,800 people or something like that. What did I say that was 20, 30 people per day if we did the whole season?
Yep.
There should be no reason you couldn't do 2 weekends. Just based on the numbers.
right.
Because even if you doubled that, that's only 60 or 70. And they're allowing 150. There's no reason you shouldn't be. If you wanted to, you could do 2 weekends.
Yeah.
Well, and that's where the variables of, the
Season.
and the people that just wanted to avoid the lines and the festival of it,
Right.
So maybe that'll appeal to more people. And maybe with more weekends and weekdays open,
Right.
that'll allow more people to access it as well.
Yeah. And I'd like to see a bear hunt, honestly, or bear tag, I should say.
I would love
Give
to see
them
a
an
bear
option
tag.
of grabbing a bear tag.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you guys were there last year. How many deer did you see?
Wow, in the stand?
Yeah.
I don't know if I saw a damn deer last year.
Yeah, I don't think I saw more hunters and deer.
How many bears?
I didn't see any bears.
Well, I didn't see any bears, but
No, but
I know on the unofficial Camp Ripley page on Facebook, there was a lot of bear posts.
this year, last year was the most bear they've reported.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Everybody was seeing bears.
Yeah,
It
in
seemed
previous
like
years it was kind of a mixture, deer, bear, wolves.
Right.
Then this previous, but it was always. It seems it was like on a pattern. There's always a lot more bear,
Yeah.
and it was kind of in that central
Even the MPs
area.
we talked to said
Yep, the
bears
MPs
is the
this past
issue.
year said, bears were an issue. It's like, okay, well, give everybody a bear tag.
Well,
Hell,
sell them a bear tag,
$100.
make some money.
Exactly. Like, well, how do you hunt bear there that you can't bait? If there's that many bear and people are just seeing them, you don't need to bait.
You don't need to bait. Last year, I'm guessing they could have took 20 bears minimum.
Yeah, put me in it. Yeah, put us in a stand. Give us a deer tag and a bear tag. Yep,
It'll happen.
exactly.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, for sure. That would be a lot of fun. Although if they start giving out bear tags, it might be tough to get that 150.
And actually, because you could get a deer and a bear. Then maybe they should make it so you got to earn a bear.
Oh,
There you go.
Get a deer, earn a bear tag.
That's a good idea.
Not bad. We all know, and according to the MPs, even on base, they need to thin out the bear.
The
I
one thing that
just want to make sure Jake Kitzman is listening to this.
Yes.
He's our natural resource manager for Camp Ripley.
Right. I looked them up today even.
Earn a bear, Jake.
the other thing they talked about is they did not talk about harvest numbers or permits, right? Like Can you get a doe? Is it buck only?
Well, it's 243,
or is it strictly what the? Because Camp Ripley was always special.
Yes.
I believe it's now back to just the zone.
Whatever the
and
zone
I want to
is.
say it's zone 243.
Yeah, and that's
I
the
could be
kind of
wrong.
stuff they need to clarify.
Yeah.
And I think they might find that they may have to do it special if they're not getting the visitors and hunters that they want.
Yeah.
And, if they turn this, let's say this turns out, usually they kill 200 to 300 deer. Maybe it's only 100 deer this year.
Right. I suppose it depends on harvest numbers.
And
Yep.
Right.
just to clarify, it's 248.
The zone or area or whatever
Yeah,
it's called.
permit area 248.
Right.
So bag limit, licensing options, and registration requirements for deer permit area 248 will apply for those hunting at Camp Ripley.
Okay.
Did you know that it was a 3-weekend hunt, then to a 2-weekend hunt, and then
Well, yeah, back in the day, yeah.
So
There's probably a lot of
obviously
hunters
they've changed
back
it
then.
around.
Well, yeah, back in I don't know when they started it, but probably 70s or 80s. They probably had pretty traditional equipment back then, so they could let in more people.
This isn't the first time the event's changed in its 70-year
Well,
run.
even in the last 10 years we've been going, it's changed quite a bit. We used to get in every other year, every couple years, and then we got in every year, and then they changed it to one weekend.
Yep.
Well, I think they changed it to everybody got in,
Yes.
and then they changed it to one weekend.
Everybody got in for almost like 5-6 years. 5 years for sure.
Right.
They let everybody in.
Mm-hmm. Everybody applied.
Yep. But it was still the 2 weekends.
Right. But you said 70 years.
It says, I was looking here. This is the Outdoor News article. Changed during its 70-year run.
Well,
In
we've
the early
been hunting with some older
it
guys that hunt
transitioned
with
from a
us.
3-weekend to a 2-weekend. So on this article, I don't believe it tells me when
It actually started.
it actually started. I was actually going to look
The
back.
early 80s. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. First sentence. I got to learn how to read.
Well, no, that's when Ripley,
Since
wasn't it?
1954, it has hosted a weekend-long events for
Wow,
archery
see, my dad
deer
was
hunters
born.
in the fall.
It's a while.
So that would be why.
My dad turned 70 just like the other day. So
He did.
7
Yeah,
years.
I wish him happy birthday. Yep, he liked it.
Yeah. So for 70 years, I've been doing this.
Wow. Well, I mean, times are changing, but sometimes change is hard.
Well, when it's not
and especially when
explained
we
well
haven't.
and it's a
Yeah.
whole new system, you're going to lose a lot of those guys that have been doing it for years and years because some of the guys we hunt with, they're not going to download an app, are they?
No, they don't even. Dude, half of them, some of the
Right.
guys still have a flip phone,
Right. They
which I
can't.
don't understand how they even use that thing.
Right. So some of the guys we hunt with every single year that meet us down there,
Yep.
they're probably done.
They're local, but they're not tech savvy.
Tech savvy. Yeah,
Yep.
they're not going to do it unless, one of the other guys does it for them, which, I suppose if you did a group, you could include them in it.
Yeah, but again, then they got to kind of be with you.
Well, they have to.
I mean, unless you call them up, be like, hey, Joe, guess what? We got in, buddy. So
This is what we're doing, Ripley.
we're taking, we're going down range, but we got a permit. We're going in, we're going down range at 8 o'clock. Show up at whatever time you want.
Tomorrow, who knows if we'll get to go down?
Yeah.
Might be a drinking day.
It might be.
It's important
Yeah.
to hydrate.
Pretty much.
Definitely hydrate. So let us know what your thoughts. See what you think of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you know more than we do,
Yeah.
please share.
Yeah, please, if anybody knows a lot more than we do,
Yeah, especially about camping and getting in to hunt the days you're camping.
we would love
There should
to
be a
chat with
way
you.
to register for camping and get in those days for sure.
Yeah, except you can only do it a week before.
Oh, come on, ice sportsmen. They got to have a way.
I hope that changes. Maybe we'll get lucky and some stuff will change.
Well, it's going to have to because everybody around here wants to go there and camp for the weekend or 3 days or whatever it is because it's a tradition.
And they want to plan.
And how many guys have we camped with and we see only that time of year
Right.
for that?
Oh, we see. It seemed like we always were around the same camping group, more or less. I don't know how it worked, even though we changed camping areas.
Right.
We were just always around the same guys. And it's like, okay, well, and then out of respect, where they go.
Right. So you don't go there.
That truck goes there. This truck goes there. We always had our core I don't know if it'd be our core group. It wasn't our core group. It's just people that we knew and you respected.
That were there every year
where to go.
for the last 10 years.
Yep.
We knew they went to this side of camp. We go to this kind of camp.
Yep.
And nobody had a problem with it. And it was always nice to see them because it's the only time we ever saw them.
Right. And the sad part is some of those guys we wanted to follow because they got more deer than we did.
They always seem to have antlers on the end of the day.
Yep.
All we ever had was empty cans.
It happens. All right. So, Camp Ripley, please let us know what's going on. Maybe we'll be able to come back with a little bit more information.
Yeah. What did you say that guy's name was, Jared?
Jake Kitzman.
Yep.
Natural resource manager at Camp Ripley.
Yeah. You can let us know. That'd be great. Let's clarify some of this stuff.
We got to get him on board.
There you go.
Right.
Well, and it'll be interesting to see, how much more we're able to find out after August 1st.
Yeah.
Which is just.
Well, I think after August 1st, it's the $40 fee everybody has to pay.
Right.
And that's unlimited.
But then I think you'll be able to see the maps and
I think they're going to get a bunch of calls, be like, okay, what the hell? Where are we camping? How do we camp? What does it cost to camp? Do we get in the hunt automatically if we camp? Because I don't want to just camp. I want to go in the hunt.
Yeah. If I'm going to camp, I'm not going to.
Yeah. Can I camp downrange?
Yeah, trust me. You don't want us camping if we're not hunting.
Right.
Right.
There'll be targets on top of those. What did they unload last year? Those, they're not the Hummers, but they're the new.
Oh, the MRAPs.
Yeah.
We got a little friendly with them last year. Don't let us loose on them without hunting, okay?
Right. You don't want those things sitting around if we're not hunting.
Yeah. We talked to the boys from down south. We know how to drive them.
We know where they're coming from. So, awesome.
So if you know more than us, let us know. Because we only know as much as they're telling us, which isn't much.
Right. Good luck.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see some of you guys at Ripley that we've seen every year.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. But
who knows now?
Kind of hoping there's a few of them that maybe they're not the lucky 150.
Right. Maybe we're going to get it this year, Dino.
Yeah.
It'll be an interesting experiment. So
that's for sure.
I'm anxious to see how it goes.
I am too.
Yeah. We're going to figure it out.
I hope so.
Either that or we're not really doing a hunting camp thing this year. We're going to Jared's property.
Right.
Pretty close.
The gate will be closed.
I will ram it.
I've got the, what do they call that? The universal key?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Is that what you call it?
It's called this recorder ton pickup truck.
It's called the power stroke. Or a 12-gauge shotgun.
I mean, we have a rough idea where it is. So.
Yeah.
Hey, so what do we got? What do we got on the desk?
Oh, we got glasses that need to be filled.
Yes.
Well, that
and
too.
then right after that, we've got
Meateater Trivia.
Yeah, a new game. We're going to check it out. So, yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. So we're going to ask a question, and whoever gets it right wins something great.
Yeah, I bet.
But between us?
No.
Oh, on our
whoever
listeners.
listens to us. Yeah.
Oh, they have to comment.
Aren't they going to hear the answer? Are we not going to
we're going to play between us first?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see who's the smartest. And then before we leave.
I'm just wondering how are we going to ask a question? We can end with a question.
Yes.
End with a question. Good
Love
call.
And if they on YouTube, if they message or comment on YouTube, it has to be on YouTube because we don't monitor all the other channels.
Well, or Facebook.
Or Facebook.
Yeah.
YouTube or Facebook.
YouTube or Facebook.
If you get it right, you get a free hat.
Oh, boom.
There you go.
I like it.
Yep. If you just get it right, or one person who gets it right.
One person.
Yeah. So anyone who gets it right, we'll put your names.
Put your name in a drawing. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. The last question, because we're going to ask ourselves a couple questions.
We'll do the last question. That'll be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sounds like fun.
All right.
Meateater Trivia. We got this. You ordered this game, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, straight from Meateater.
Yeah.
Steve Ranella sent it to me personally.
Yeah, I bet. Did he sign it? Did he sign the top of it?
Yeah.
That's funny. Did. I don't see that on there.
He said, "Hey, will you guys please put this on your podcast?"
I bet he was
like,
saying
just as
that.
one, Steve.
I don't know. We thought it'd be kind of cool to do this every now and then, right?
Well, yeah. I want to see how smart you guys are when it comes to whatever is in Meateater Trivia.
Yeah. What is it? The only board game where conservation always wins.
Right.
I mean, it is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Trivia about wildlife and survival skills,
conservation.
and
I guess people will really see how ignorant we really are.
Right. And then we're going to ask one question at the end.
Yep.
And somebody, if you get it right, is going to get a down the barrel hat.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You got to comment.
Just one person.
Yeah. And we'll explain the rules, but you got to comment.
Oh, there's no rules.
Yeah.
I'm gonna up
We're just
the
going
ante.
to pick you.
I'm gonna throw in an MDHA decal for your
There you
vehicle.
go.
Okay.
All right. So last question that we do, we'll tell you when it is, and you got to comment on our Facebook or YouTube. And then you get put in for the drawing. So hopefully there'll be more than 10 of you, and put in for the drawing for a hat and
an MDHA decal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're the only person that knows the right answer, you're going to get it. But
you're going to get it.
Yeah.
So comment.
and we'll let you know when that question.
So then that way we can get your address and everything else.
Yeah. And we'll probably do a little pause between the question and the answers here so you guys can play at home.
Right. That's a good idea.
There you go. All right. So what you got for us?
What's the first question, Jared?
Let's see here. I'm drawing a card. What is the top cause of death in national parks? This is multiple choice. What is the top cause of death in national parks?
So,
Falling, drowning, or vehicle crashes?
in national parks?
And I am not looking at the answers here. The answer is on the other side of the card. So we'll all take a guess here. Top cause of death in national parks: falling, drowning, vehicle crashes.
I mean, my initial guess was drowning. Because most national parks have some sort of water feature.
They are usually built around that.
I would concur, but I almost want to say falling because also a lot of national parks that just say Grand Canyon, I mean, even Yellowstone, there's a lot of tall stuff
Tall stuff, yeah.
Well,
that you can fall off of.
I'm gonna go vehicle crashes because those are dangerous everywhere.
Well,
And I've
Yellowstone
been
is kind of
through
crazy.
Yellowstone.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people flying by on their motorcycles.
Right. It's like busier than the town I live in.
Now, you see, if it said vehicle crashes with animals or wildlife, then I
Well, I don't know
I
what they
think it's just
clarified.
I think it's just dumb tourists hitting other dumb tourists.
That's what I kind of assume because there's a lot of dumb
But
tourists.
see,
in
that could
Yellowstone.
work even for the falling off a cliff or whatever, dumb tourists bumping
Falling
in.
off an F-350's front bumper.
It could happen. It could happen.
All right, so we got Jimmy went with drowning.
I went with drowning.
Dean went with falling.
Yep.
I went with vehicle crashes. I'm hoping I'm right.
You're not right.
I'm not right.
What is it?
Drowning.
Boom.
Darn it.
People are dumb.
All right.
Drowning, huh?
That's a point for Jimmy.
Boy,
I got one.
We should keep track.
Yeah, you gonna keep track, Dino?
Yeah, I'm going to keep track.
All right.
I didn't know we were keeping score.
Well, we might as well. It's more fun that way.
Yeah, because hopefully we can do this every now and again,
Yeah.
not every week.
All right. Next question. What fish has the most lakes named after it in America? Do we need the multiple choice?
We don't because
Is there
we're all
multiple-
gonna
is there
get
multiple choice?
There's multiple choice.
Okay, you might
Okay,
as
let's
well.
hear it.
Yeah.
Let's hear
All
it.
right. What fish has the most lakes named after it in America? Bass, perch, or trout?
Ooh, there's a lot of trout lakes.
There is a lot of trout lakes.
But there's
hell, I
a
think I
ton
know-
of bass.
I know 2 local trouts.
Well, me too, but I know like 3 or 4 bass
Yeah.
lakes. I would go with bass.
I would go with bass.
I'm also going with bass. I live on a bass lake. And I think it's one of 14 in Itasca County alone.
Right.
So I'm going bass.
All right, let's see what it is.
It's bass.
All right.
Boom.
Point for all of us on that one. Ooh, Jimmy's ahead.
I'm one ahead.
All right. One of you want to do the next one?
Sure. Oh, you want me to read? Okay. What game animal is the most popular state mammal in the United States?
State mammal?
Yep. What game animal is the
Game
most
animal.
popular state mammal? So, like, Minnesota state mammal is
Game
this.
animal.
Yes.
we can
What
hunt
game
it.
animal? Yes, correct.
All right. So, listeners, what do you think it is?
Yeah, in the United States.
I've got my guess.
Okay.
What is it?
Whitetail deer.
That's my guess too.
I'm
Deer.
not going to argue, so I would say whitetail deer as well.
Yeah, they taste the best.
Whitetail deer. Point
Yes.
for all of us.
Boom.
Jimmy's still ahead by 1.
I got you guys. Taking you
Right.
downtown. Oh, I got to ask one. All right, here we go. All right. What brand of hat created in 1903 was made famous by Elmer Fudd?
Oh, I know this one.
Yeah, that one's got to be easy.
What is it?
Well, we all have to guess.
Okay, Dean, what's your guess?
I want to say that the Stormy Cromer.
Yeah.
Right. Is that like the grumpy old man hat?
Yeah, the
The flaps and
wool
stuff?
felt hat with the ear flaps.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Stormy Cromer.
Well, the
All right.
yeah,
I'm
the
not going to
flaps.
guess because I already read the question, but you guys are right.
Ooh.
And
So you didn't guess.
I didn't guess. Oh,
you just
You
forfeited
could
a
have.
point.
Yeah,
I did. I did. So we're even then.
All right.
We're all even.
Yeah.
So
Somebody forgot not to look at
bonus
the answer.
points.
Oh,
I don't know if we get bonus points.
So is there bonus
I
points?
cheated. I looked it up, but bonus point. I don't know if you guys know. Stormy Cromer. What state
Oh, gee.
did it come out of?
I know it's upper Midwest, right?
Yep.
I want to say it's Minnesota.
I'm going to say
But
it's
I'm
Michigan.
probably
because
wrong.
I know the answer.
I know. Okay. We can't use bonus points because I looked it up and he looked at my computer screen.
All right.
It was Ironwood, Michigan. Part of the UP.
All right. Well, let's keep going until
So,
somebody's ahead. We can't leave here unless
I know
somebody's ahead.
we're all tied up.
I guess
3-3.
Michigan has done a couple things right. 'Cause I have a Stormy Cromer and I love it.
I'm surprised. UP, I can get that from UP. Yeah,
Oh, for sure.
for sure. That's totally UP. But yeah, it should have been Minnesota because grumpy old man.
All right. Oh, I know the answer to this one from my college days. What state leads America in Bigfoot sightings?
Ooh, it's definitely the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, more than likely. I mean, I would
It's not
love to
Reamer.
say
It's not Reamer,
I would love
Minnesota.
to say Reamer, Minnesota. But
I mean,
that
although
is
they claim
not.
to be the
They
something.
claim, yeah.
Mhm. I'd go with Washington.
I would definitely go to Washington.
Yeah, it is that's my guess too.
Well, Seattle,
but-
they have lots of
yeah.
drugs out there, so they probably see lots of weird stuff.
So that's why I said this goes back to my college days. I
Right.
took a few classes on GIS, geographic
Mm-hmm.
information systems, digital mapping. And my senior year, we were allowed to pick any project we wanted.
You chose Bigfoot.
Well, we had to take two different phenomena, right? They're two different things and see how they overlap nationwide. And I took hallucinogenic drug use and Bigfoot sightings.
And how did that work out?
And I mapped them together, and Washington State was like blood red.
Nice.
You know, that is not surprising
That
to me.
doesn't surprise me either.
Absolutely not.
Especially
Yeah.
talking to our guy from Stag Knives.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then I bet we could do a study then. Okay, so it was blood red out there. And then Jared moves to Colorado. I think
Yeah.
they have sightings there too.
They do.
Yeah.
And
We were
then-
more of like an amber.
Amber? What was Minnesota?
Well,
Reamer.
Minnesota was like a mild yellow, and Reamer was blood red.
Blood red, of course.
That doesn't surprise me one bit.
Right.
All right. This state is the only place in the world where the ranges of American alligators and American crocodiles overlap.
Ooh.
That seems kind of obvious.
That's a
to
deep
me.
south for sure, but I would go with Florida myself.
See, I would go with Louisiana.
Really?
I would.
Yeah. Those were the two that came to mind for me.
I mean, there's Georgia too.
I think I got to
don't
go
know
with
if the-
Florida.
I'm going Florida just
Just
because.
the Everglades.
Right.
Yeah, it's got to be Florida.
It's got to be.
I'm just going to stick with Louisiana. You two are probably right, but
Well, no, there's no.
Yeah, it is Florida.
Boom.
All right.
You lose.
Yeah.
I'm the loser. You guys are tied up 5-5.
Do we need a tiebreaker here?
You should. And then
Yeah,
we'll
just
choose
pull
our
a
last
random
one.
card.
Yeah.
All right,
Let's just see.
random card.
Did you just look at the answer?
I grabbed the wrong side of the card.
He's from Colorado. He cheats a lot.
I do. Wow. William Clark, John Coulter, Jim Bridger, and William Henry Ashley all died in what state? Missouri, Montana, Texas. William Clark, John Coulter, Jim Bridger, and William Henry Ashley all died in what state? Missouri, Montana, Texas.
Missouri.
I say Texas.
I'm going to go Montana
Yeah.
just to be different.
Okay.
Oh, I get you.
Who said Missouri? Damn it.
Jimmy for the win.
That's right, because I actually
6
listened to
points.
his life story, so I know he died in Missouri.
His life story. There's like 5 people named here. Which one are you talking about?
Jim Bridger.
Oh, okay.
Everybody knows Jim Bridger's story. He's like the ultimate mountain man.
All right.
I can't believe
Jim
you
gets
won the
win
first
tonight.
one. Jimmy won the
What's your
first
prize?
one.
No, I don't get a prize,
You
but
don't
we
get a
have to
prize.
ask
Ooh.
a question.
Oh,
You do.
listener question.
Yes.
Listener question.
All right. Who wants to ask it?
You do.
Yeah. You
Me?
can ask it. Yeah.
All right.
Make it a tough one.
And we're not going to give you the answer.
We're
You're
not
going to
gonna
give
give
us
us-
the answer.
Right. And if you get it right, you get put into a drawing for a down the barrel hat.
And
And
an MDHA decal.
MDHA decal.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In whitetail hunting lingo, what does the acronym BBD stand for? In whitetail hunting lingo, what does the acronym BBD stand for?
All right. So post your answers on YouTube or Facebook,
Yes.
and we will contact you if you win and ask for your address to send your prizes to.
And that's where we'll announce the correct answer. I'm
Yeah, on
assuming.
our next episode, probably.
Should be.
Oh, yeah, we
Yes.
can-
We will
let the winner know.
we will try to do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. So good luck to everybody. Please subscribe.
Yeah. Follow us
Listen,
on YouTube,
follow us. Yes.
Spotify, any other channel where there's
Every channel you can listen to a podcast, we're
there
on.
somewhere.
Yep, exactly. So listen, subscribe, give us your answer.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make it we'll try to make this as often as possible to where we start doing little giveaways here and there.
Well,
So
why not?
exactly.
Why not?
And the thing is Jim has never said that. So
Jim has never said that. I just won.
BBD.
BBD. Wow.
BBD.
I did say it one time.
All right. Are we giving away? Are we
No.
giving away the answer here?
No. We're not.
No.
I did say it once. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe it wasn't true. I don't know.
Well,
Wow.
you did for a short time, and
Yeah, we'll finish that story after we have a winner.
Tune in
All right.
next time for our trivia where the lucky winner will win a date with Jimmy. He will wine and dine you.
is that the giveaways now? We'll get nobody to comment.
Wow. So basically, if nobody comments, boys, you guys are taking me out.
Mm-hmm.
Please comment. Please comment. Save us all. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Hit that subscribe button.
Remember, subscribe. We're in Grand Rapids, Minnesota.
Have a great night. The Minnesota Deer Hunters Association has been building our hunting and conservation legacy over the past 40 plus years through habitat, education, advocacy, and legislation in Minnesota for Minnesota.
The Minnesota Deer Hunters Association and Wolf Dot Report proudly sponsor this podcast. However, please note that the opinions, topics, and guests featured may not necessarily align with the views, beliefs, goals, or mission of our sponsors.